Have you ever felt stuck with money? Like no matter how much you save, how hard you work, or how many times you try to get ahead, you still feel anxious, still unsure, still not free. There's a reason most people feel financially trapped. But what if those traps aren't outside you? What if they're in your mindset? Today, we're going to explore 4 of the most dangerous money traps that keep people stuck. And more importantly, how Buddhist wisdom offers a way out. But first, I'd love to hear from you. Which money trap do you think is hardest to escape? Greed, fear, comparison, or identity attachment? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you're seeking a financial path that brings peace instead of pressure, make sure to subscribe to Buddhist Banknotes. We combine ancient wisdom with modern freedom. Let's begin. Trap number 1, the trap of greed. The more you have, the more you crave. This is the most obvious money trap, but also the most common. You get a raise, you want a better car, you save up. Now you want a better home, you earn more. Suddenly that's not enough either. Greed isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers just a little more. Then I'll feel secure. Just one more zero, then I'll relax. But here's the truth the Buddha taught. Desire is endless. You cannot satisfy greed by feeding it. You only make it stronger. The Buddha himself saw this firsthand. He was raised in luxury. Anything he wanted was his. But he realized the palace was just a golden cage. The more he had, the less free he felt. So he walked away, not because wealth was evil, but because clinging to it made peace impossible. Escaping the trap of greed means asking, what do I truly need, and what am I chasing out of fear or ego? When you define enough, you begin to feel wealthy, even without more. Trap number 2, the trap of fear. What if it all disappears? You might have money, but fear keeps you stuck in scarcity. What if I lose my job? What if the market crashes? What if I can't keep up? This fear doesn't go away with more savings, because it's not about the numbers, it's about attachment. The Buddha warned, whatever you cling to will bring suffering. And fear is clinging to imagined loss. Ironically, fear blocks abundance. It makes you tighten, it makes you hoard, it makes you distrust. But Buddhist wisdom offers a powerful antidote. It's called impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. Not success, not struggle, not wealth, not loss. Instead of fearing change, practice flowing with it. The Buddha taught us to anchor, not in what can be lost, but in what cannot. Integrity, compassion, mindfulness, these are true wealth. When you let go of fear, you open space for gratitude. You trade anxiety for presence. And you begin to trust the flow of life. Trap number 3, the trap of comparison. Measuring self-worth in net worth. We live in a world where people post their lifestyle like trophies, vacations, cars, outfits, success stories. And we compare. Why don't I have that? Why am I not there yet? Why do I feel behind? This trap is poison because it turns money into a scoreboard and turns you into a loser, even when you're doing fine. But Buddhism teaches something different. Your value does not come from what you own, it comes from how you live. The Buddha himself left behind royal wealth. He sat under a tree, wore simple robes, owned almost nothing, and yet kings bowed to him, not for what he had, but for who he became. Comparison keeps you looking outward. Mindfulness brings you back inward. Ask, am I living by my values? Am I growing in compassion? Am I showing up with presence? That is true wealth, and it cannot be compared. Trap number 4, the trap of identity. I am what I earn. This is one of the most subtle traps, but one of the deepest. We begin to see money as a mirror. My income is my intelligence. My house reflects my success. My lifestyle defines my worth. But Buddhism teaches, the self is not fixed. Who you are is not your job, your status, your things, or your income. Who you are is deeper. It's how you act. What you give, how you respond when things fall apart. The Buddha walked away from being a prince, not because he hated wealth, but because he refused to be defined by it. He became the Buddha, not in a palace, but in silence, under a tree, facing his own mind. When you release your identity from your money, you stop performing. You start living. You become free to say, I am not my income, I am my intention. Which of these money traps feels most familiar to you? Greed, fear, comparison, or identity? More importantly, which one are you ready to escape? The Buddha didn't say money was evil. He said clinging to it was the cause of suffering. When we chase money without awareness, we fall into traps we don't even see. But when we live by Dharma, we earn with compassion, we spend with mindfulness, we give with joy, and we no longer need to chase anything. We become still, clear, free. That is what real wealth feels like. Now here's your gentle challenge. Pick one trap and take one step this week to weaken it. Maybe it's defining what enough means to you. Maybe it's tracking your fear voice and breathing through it. Maybe it's unfollowing someone who fuels comparison. Maybe it's journaling who you are without your income. Whatever it is, let it be small but real. And then share it in the comments. I'd love to hear which trap you're working on and what's changing for you. If you found value in this, subscribe to Buddhist Banknotes and let's keep walking this path together. Thank you for being here.